Inherent students, hope you are all doing good, and today we are starting with the new chapter, body movements, that is chapter 8 in our science subject. Before going to the chapter, let's learn few things. What is meant by movement? Movement means moving from one place to another. Movement that takes place in parts by parts. एक part को move कर सकते हैं, full body को move कर सकते हैं. Understood? How we are able to move the hand, how we are able to move the legs, how we can able to move the head with the help of some special things that we are going to learn in this chapter, in this video. And first we should know about what is joints and what is skeleton. In lower class you might studied about the skeleton. Skeleton, they gives shape and structure to the body. If skeleton is not there, then we are not having the shape and structure. We are differentiating the head, leg, hands by the skeleton. Understood, students? So here we are going to learn about the different types of joints. We are going to learn about the different types of joints, and then we are going to learn about the where the joints are present, and then we are going to learn about the movements of different animal, that we are also calling it as movement in animal is also called as joints. Okay, this we are going to learn in this chapter. First we are going to learn about different types of joints. In different types of joint, two main types of joints are there. One is movable joint, another one is immovable joint. In movable joint, the joints can be moved. For example, neck, leg, hand, shoulder. These are movable joints. But in case of immovable joints, that cannot be moved. Example, skull. Understood, students? First you should know what is joints. Joints are the places where the bones join. One or two or more skeleton, more bones that join, we are calling it as joints. Two or more bones join at a special place, as the particular place, that we are calling it as joints. For example, this is one joint where this elbow and this bone is joining. Understood? And here you can see one joint is there near the neck. What are the name of the joints that we are going to see? First we are starting with the neck joint. Neck joint, the joint name is pivot joint, where you can see that the neck can rotate from to and fro, not backward. We cannot see backward. This type of joint is called as pivot joint, where one bone will be there and above that the head is attached. Understood? This is called as pivot joint, where you can see to and fro movement. How the pendulum moves to and fro, like that. Clock pendulum is moving, right? 1, 2, like that. This neck can be moved. Understood? Next joint that we are going to see in that is leg and hand. Leg and hand, one type of joint is there, that is called hinge joint. For example, in door you can see that if this is the door, you can open the door, close the door. You cannot rotate the door in. Understood? That angle is called as 360 degree. You cannot rotate the door. Understood? And in door you can see a small iron structures are there. डोर जॉइंट जहाँ होता है, आप देख सकते हैं one small hinges are there. That is called as hinge. That helps the door in closing and opening. Understood? I am not talking about the lock. I am talking about the door where it attached. You can see the small hinges. Understood? Like that, our hand and leg can be folded. Hand can be folded in one direction, but it cannot be folded in other direction. Same way, that leg can be folded backward, but you cannot fold it forward. Understood, students? That type of joint, we are calling it as hinge joint. Next, shoulder. In shoulder and hip, you can see a ball and socket joint. What is meant by ball and socket joint? One bone will have the shape of ball, and another bone will have the shape of bar. that we are calling it as ball and socket joint. In ball and socket joint, you can see in the shoulder and the hip, where you can go for full rotation of the hands and full rotations of the leg. Understood, students? These are the different types of joints present in our body. Apart from that, in fingers also small joints are there, and the small bones that present in the fingers are called as carpals. Understood? Apart from this, one more thing it is there, in nose and in ears there are special type of bone which is flexible bone. You can move the bone, nose like this, you can fold the nose, you can fold the ears. This flexible elastic bones are called as cartilage. Understood, students? And then we are now going to move on to the topic of rib cage. Rib cage, there are 12 pairs of bones are there. In the 12, out of the 2 bones that are called as floating ribs, because they did not connect with the sternum. Here in the middle of that, you can see that in the middle of the rib, this type of bones will be joined. You can touch and see in this position, in this place. There, this type of bones are going. This bones we are calling it as rib, and the whole part, this whole bone part, we are calling it as rib cage. Understood, students? And inside the rib cage only this lungs and heart are protected, and inside the skull brain is protected. Understood? And next thing is that below this last 2 ribs are called as false rib or floating rib, because they are not connected with the sternum. This middle bone, it is connected with the backbone. Understood, students? And backbone, you can see here long backbone here behind us, that contains 33 small bones, which is also called as, that small bone is also called as vertebrate. Understood, students? Vertebrate. And small 33 small ball-like bones are there that help in standing, running, and so many things, to doing all activities. Understood, students? Animals like cow, dog, cat, they are also having this vertebrate, but the thing is what the bones varies, and they help in standing of the organism. Understood, students? Now let's move on to the topic of movements of animals. Movements of animal, we are going to learn about the earthworm, we are going to learn about the snail, and we are going to learn about the movement of snake. Understood, students? Into the movements of different animals, let's learn about the immovable joints. Immovable joints means the joint does not move. For example, in the skull there are 22 bones are there, which are joined but does not move. Understood, students? So the skull is the example of immovable joints. Now let's see about the movement in earthworm. In earthworm is made up of ring of muscles. Earthworm is made up of ring of muscles. That ring of muscles helps in moving, and it does not have any bones. When they start moving, they will produce, their body secretes. Body secretes a slimy, transparent, silk-like liquid that helps in moving. Understood? Next, coming to the snail. In the snail, when you are seeing the snail, you can see that here the head part will be there, and here the big snail, this will be there, and here you can see the tail part will be there. Understood? This does not help in any movement. This does not help in any movement. What helps, it is just present on a body of the snail. And how the snail is moving? The snail is showing the muscular movement. When you are keeping the snail, muscular movement snail shows, when you are keeping the snail on the glass slide, a glass के ऊपर रखते हैं, you can see the snail how they are moving. There you can see a thick muscle leg structure that is called as muscular leg of the snail. Understood, students? And in case of bird, what happened? This chest bone is modified into wings. Understood how we are having hands like that, The birds are also having near the chest part, they are having a special type of bone that is modified into wings that helps in flying. Understood, students? And already I said about the animals, how they are moving like us only because of the vertebrate, and that gives us strength. Understood? And next, coming to the fish, how the fish is moving. Fish is having a streamlined shape that you had studied in the class of moving. That means different shapes of the body. Streamlined shape means that starting part, anterior part will be small, middle part will be broader, and the posterior part will be thin. For example, aeroplanes, birds, उनका shape देख सकते हैं. Arrows starting in the front of the part, they will be sharp, and the behind part they will be small, and the middle part is broader. That helps them to moving inside the water. Understood? And next comes the snake. How the snake is moving. The snake is showing the muscular movement. What they are doing, they are also not having any special bones. Their bones are they are having like cartilage type bones, and they are not having legs. And how they are moving, they are moving with the pushing of the muscles. Means when they are moving, this back muscles give a pressure, give push towards the front muscle, like that they are moving. Understood? When the front muscle moves, they will give pressure to the back muscles. Understood, students? Hope you understood today's class. And what are the things we have learned? We have learned the different types of joints, we have learned about different types of bones, we have learned about the different types of movement in different animals. Understood, students? And if you are having any doubt, you can contact me. Stay blessed, stay healthy. Jai Swaminarayan, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.